Pokemon Platinum. I forget, did we have these new screens as of the last session? Or is this the first session that we have these new like starting, be right back, and ending stream to stream screens? Maybe it's the first time, in which case the thing is done. I'm kind of glad with how it turned out. In some ways, not. In some ways, it's a little bit wonky. Like if you pay attention to certain areas, lighting doesn't exactly work the way you'd think it would. But that's neither here nor there. We got our screens done. Let's switch on over to the Pokemon Platinum layout. Will it actually fade, or is it going to like just cut? It's just gonna cut. Is gonna be is the answer there. So we just were doing some Dead by Daylight shenanigans for some chilling, and now here we are with some more Pokemon Platinum shenanigans, and I'm actually streaming this game during the day for once. Isn't that crazy? So I was away for this weekend, and I mentioned that while I was away, hey, maybe I'd bring my Pokemon Platinum save file with me, and I would get like the cute charm glitch set up. I didn't do that. I did not actually do that. I spent a lot of time video editing. I got the next freaking 4 episodes of Creators Collide finished editing. By the time this video is uploaded, it'll only be like 2 more to go with that. Hold on, I'm screwing myself up with what I'm saying. Freaking, as of the time of streaming this, the 2nd of August, I finished most of the editing when it comes to the next 4 Creators Collide shenanigans. So once a week for each of the weeks of August, essentially. But by the time this gets uploaded onto YouTube, it'll probably already be a week or 2 into August, is what I'm essentially trying to say there. So I did that. It was an interesting weekend. I also wasn't 100% sure what to do in this session of Platinum, so I think this will be the session that we just go check out the Battle Frontier stuff, is what we do. I don't know what building we're gonna start with, but like, it seems like a pretty nice, chill place, so maybe we'll go straight now. We should battle tech. That seems like a good final one to do. Maybe we'll just bring it around town and work our way over there. So what's this one first? Battle Hall. Let each Pokemon seek number 1. Let's try the Battle Hall, I guess, or something. So yeah, I was away on this weekend out to family's lake cabin, and we wound up having our neighbors out there as well. Keep track of the total number of wins from your longest single battle win streaks at the Battle Hall. To explain, I only add the longest win streaks of each kind of Pokemon. Welcome to the Battle Hall. I'm your guide to single and double battle challenges. Please be aware these challenges are designed for a single trainer. Which challenge would you like to take? Double battles are spicy. Excuse me! For double battles, you must have 2 of the same kind of Pokemon that are at least level 30 each. What? Eggs, Mewtwo, Mew, Lugia, Ho, Celebi, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Jirachi, Deoxys, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, Fion, Manaphy, Darkrai, Shaman, and Arceus are not allowed to enter. I know it's pronounced Arceus, but I don't care. We hope to see you again. Huh? Need 2 of the exact same Pokemon here. Single battle, please choose the Pokemon you wish to enter. Wait, it's only 1? Or is it multiple? Because I guess Pokemon is like singular and plural. So like, sure, Lynn, confirm? No more than 1 Pokemon may enter. Well, Lynn is my first Pokemon I ever caught. So, has absolutely carried me in the past, both in this playthrough and my actual first Staraptor that I ever had. My first Starly that I caught when Diamond was my first ever main series Pokemon game that I ever played. So that's where we're going with. You've helped me in the past. Hopefully you can carry me to victory this time. Right this way, please. So it was actually a really nice weekend out there, quite frankly. Oh, look at the green bottom screen. It was actually quite a nice weekend out there. Whoa! I'm famous now. I'm a real YouTuber now, / Twitch streamer, / Twitter user? What other socials do I have? I don't know. Please choose the type of Pokemon you will battle. What? Like, I can choose what my opponent is? Doesn't it make sense for me to choose one that gives me an advantage? Fighting. Will you battle the fighting type rank 1 Pokemon? Oh, are they going to be like... I wonder if it works like, you know, you have to fight them all at some point anyway. So I'll try Rock. Because we have a type disadvantage, but I can use Steel Wing maybe. You Transgressor, hold still, I say. Our levels might both be to 30. Maybe I should have just gone what we had an advantage with. I don't know. This game's freaking baiting me out here. Screwing me up. Oh, but wait, is it going to be our actual level? It is just our actual level. Okay, we should just be able to Steel Wing and be okay. So I guess that's rank 1, huh? Is what that is. Ah, my arm. But what I was going to get into here is I am very achy. So, when it comes to being out for the weekend, we oftentimes when we have guests out there, we'll have things like tubing and whatnot, where you pull an inflatable tube behind the boat out on the lake, and that could be a fun thing for a lot of people. It's usually not for me. Like, I usually don't like adrenaline kind of related things, so I usually don't go tubing, and I haven't gone tubing for several years. But for whatever reason, I had the crazy idea to do it this time, and me and the person I was on the tube with, we were freaking flying around that thing. So it increases the rank of that specific. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's try rank 2 rock. That's intriguing. It's Carvia. Me and the person I was with on there. Bathing is for the birds. This is Carvia in real life. He's just always in a Pikachu costume. My goodness, Pokekid Alice. Oh, you're rocking steel. Oh, that kind of sucks for me. I can't just use steel wing on you. Do I still have close combat? Wait. Oh, I do. Okay. That works. We were flying like crazy on that thing. We have a tube that's like 3 people can like lay down on it, and it also has like a roof kind of bit, or like an overhang, so that you can also have 2 people standing up and holding onto the top on that thing. So the whole thing is like a weird kind of circle, so the thing can roll a decent bit to either side, and we nearly flipped several times. The neighbors that were in the boat and watching it were taking some pictures. I'm gonna have to send a text to them, be like, hey, can you send me some of those pictures? Maybe I'll show them on stream during some future session, because they might well have some pictures of me nearly flying off on that thing. But we'll try rank 3 rock, and then we'll go do like some other ones after this, I think. My showdown against a man of the sea draws near. Let me test my team. Who's the man of the sea who you're gonna be facing off against? Will it be Captain Jack Sparrow by chance? Hiker Monty Python. Okay, so yeah, they're not evolving, but their level is increasing. Maybe I should just go like all grass for a good while, something that will for sure have an advantage against. Just like test the waters and get an idea of like how high of level each of the ranks is, I guess, or something like that is what we could do. Maybe. But yeah, it's been a great many years since I've gotten tubing, and I, for whatever crazy reason, decided to do it there. And I only realized afterwards, like, how sore it makes your arms from, like, gripping on super duper tight to not get flown off when you're getting, like, freaking whipped from side to side and, nearly flying off. Like, there were so many times that we should have gotten sent off and we somehow stayed on. Somehow we just stayed on there by some crazy trick of fate. It somehow worked out. So my arms were a little bit sore after that. A little bit might be an understatement. And then the challenge by Pokefan Simon. And then after that, the neighbor, one of his ideas for, you know, this weekend that he's spending out at the lake cabin with us was, oh, what if we do some freaking workouts by the beach? So there was 3 of us total. There was me, there was him, and there was the boyfriend of one of his daughters that came out for the weekend as well. That was the first time I was meeting him. And he was like, yeah, let's do like an intense body workout down at the lakefront. And that's kind of what we did. And his idea of doing that was, rather than like a good balance of a whole bunch of different exercises, was just do one thing super duper crazily. And that one thing was about 200 meters of burpees, which is like wherever you're standing, go down, do a push-up, stand up, and then jump forward. And that's the only way that you can move forward for roughly 200 meters. And my goodness gracious, there were spans in the middle of that. We needed to take breaks for upwards of like 10 to 30 seconds, just breathing and being like, okay, let's just take a breather here. All right, go down and do the next one. And I might have started out a little bit too hard initially, but managed to push through to the end, managed to do it in about 6 minutes, I believe the timer that he had said roughly. And it was kind of like a race in a way, where it's like all of us were next to one another and doing it together, kind of sort of racing one another. And usually when I'm with people that, you know, I've known for like a great long time. I'll usually just be doing like whatever the heck I'm comfortable with and whatnot. But when I'm with people that I know, but I don't know like super duper well yet, like I'm acquainted with them, but I'm not like super duper close with them yet. For whatever reason, I have it in my mind that it's like, I need to prove myself. I need to like not embarrass myself. I need to prove myself. I gotta show that I can do things. So towards the end, I started like really pushing to come in first in that. And I wound up doing it. And I didn't feel too bad at the time. Like I felt hella out of breath and whatnot. But this is like how high I can move my arms right now. And this was 2 days ago that this happened. So I'm starting to maybe see the error of my ways a little bit. Let's just say that. I've been struggling to do some basic things like taking a shirt on or off, like doing something like this, where on like the keyboard and like the mouse is just fine. I have my armrests up extra high today to like support my elbows. I am very achy because the thing is, we used to do like all these intense kinds of workouts similar to that in my Taekwondo classes all the time. But freaking, I was in the middle of testing for my 3rd degree black belt in Taekwondo, and then I got my injury in my left wrist and my right hip that got me stuck in physiotherapy for half a year. And then right when I started feeling better and like I could come back again, COVID started. And leave Lenny coming out of nowhere, raiding with a party of 3. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition right when I'm in the middle of telling my freaking injury stories and whatnot. I appreciate the raid there, Leaf Lenny. What were you just streaming, if you don't mind me asking? What was on the stream schedule for today? Welcome to us freaking trying out the different facilities and the Battle Frontier and Pokemon Platinum here while I'm rambling about things. Oh, hey, Momania, doing Kirby Superstar speedrun. Oh, nice. Getting any good times by chance? Kirby Superstar is hella good. One of these days I'll go play some more Kirby games on this channel. Might not be for a while, but one of these days I will eventually do it. Wait, let's go ahead and smackaroo this Paris here. Melatonin percent? What is that? Best you got was last place record? So like the current 2nd place, or like the, I'm not sure what you mean by that. But yeah, anyway, the story that I was going down, I was just talking about how freaking, before COVID started, I was get the sleep ability as fast as possible. That sounds wacky. I love like joke meme speedrun categories in games. Like in Breath of the Wild, for example, there's some side quests that you can do where you like spend the night with Paya, and people have made that a speedrun category and they call it get laid percent, and it cracks me up. Or there's also get wrecked percent, where you need to like go get beat up by the crazy flower lady as fast as possible in Breath of the Wild. You love the late percent. It's so good. It's so good, isn't it? I'm feeling cranky today. Help me get my mind off it. I'm feeling sore and stiff today. So anyway, my rambling that I was going on there. Before COVID happened, and COVID's been going on for, I guess, a couple years now, it feels like. I was injured for like half a year and stuck in physiotherapy, so I couldn't even do all that much training in Taekwondo, and I was taking it like super easy there. And then COVID happened, so I wasn't training during most of that time. Last summer, for a little bit, classes were in session for a little while, but, you know, we were wearing masks, and we were taking, like, super easy kind of workouts so that we wouldn't breathe too crazy in a mask and whatnot, and taking everything super carefully. It sounds like things are gradually opening up again. But when it came to these freaking beachfront workouts that we were doing this weekend with the neighbor of the 200 meters of burpees, that sounds like the kind of thing that the master at my dojang would make us do on one day where he's feeling extra spicy. That sounds like something that he'd consider doing. So it's like, I've done stuff like that before, but not in like 2.5 years or whatever freaking all of COVID plus roughly 6 months equates to, is the thing. So I'm like the most out of shape I've ever been in my life right now. And I had it in my mind to freaking push myself against my neighbors there, and for whatever reason be the first person to like finish that in this like wacky race that we were having. And now I've been in a weird physical state for like the past couple days because of that. I didn't feel that bad after it happened, but now it's like really started to sink in. And this was 2 days ago. If I'm lying down, I can like barely sit up. I need to like turn over and slowly get up. My arms, this is as high as I can lift them right now. My legs feel super sore. It's been a time. Luckily, here at my place, a couple years ago, my parents wound up putting a hot tub actually in our patio room, because my dad has joint issues himself. He worked in HVAC for a long time, working on furnaces and whatnot, and he was on his knees on concrete for a great many years, and that's given him a lot of knee issues that he's constantly needing to be doing stuff about and whatnot. Like, he just recently got a knee replacement actually. So he's been out of sorts. He's been on workers' comp for a good while, and he's been like recovering physically and whatnot from that all. So for that reason, we installed a hot tub in the patio room that's like apparently designed mostly for like physiotherapy kind of purposes, is what it's specially designed for. So inadvertently, it helped me out for a good while when I was in physiotherapy myself, and I was having a whole bunch of joint issues. And it helped me days like today. So I only just got back earlier today from being out of town, and I went in there. My hair's still a little bit damp from that. I feel like it really helped. I feel a lot better now than I did before, but my goodness, I'm still really sore. My motion is still very limited and very slow. My shoulders hurt like crazy. I probably shouldn't have pushed myself as hard as I did, but like, I'll recover from it and everything will be a-okay. So that's what happened this weekend, and and what I was dealing with, like, ache-wise and pain-wise, freaking, for the past couple days. It's a little bit better now being back in town and, you know, having something that helps alleviate it a little bit. I'll probably be hopping back into there later tonight again, most likely, is what I'll do. Try to, like, my muscles are, like, really knotted, I can feel, is what I should do. 10th Battle Hall. For your stupidest win streak, you're awarded BP. Cool, a whole 1 BP. But yeah, I should probably do some stretching as well to freaking get that all sorted out as well. My goodness. Gotta work out those knots. One really good way to work out knots in muscles is to just take your knuckles and like work them up and down the muscles. It's really painful, but it's really helpful at the same time. So wait, can I just like continue from where I was at? I like to save the game. Sorry, save file. Like, how does that work? Wasn't there a device for that, for like working out the knots and muscles? There's like these rollers that you can get. You can get these little plastic rollers where you like put your weight onto it and like roll back and forth to get the knots out. I don't own one myself. Apparently you can get them pretty cheap from some places. I should probably pick one up at some point, because I could really use one. They're hella painful, but hella useful. It's kind of like what I was getting at physiotherapy, where it was hella painful, but hella useful. Except at physiotherapy, I was getting IMS, was the thing, which was, okay, so we do continue. Which is intramuscular stimulation, which is, basically acupuncture, but not pseudoscience, and deep into the muscles. So, like, painful, but really helpful, and it, like, relieves tension. So that's what I was getting regularly for half a year. And now it's what I'm suddenly wishing I could get some of right now. That's what I'm suddenly wishing I could go out and get. Because, my goodness, it really helped. One that constantly pushes up and down to relieve tension? I don't know about those. I know about the rollers. I know about the rollers that you can put weight on to do stuff. So yeah, it was an interesting weekend out at the lake cabin along with the neighbors and whatnot. And maybe I should have taken it a little bit easier on myself with the with the neighbor's kind of workout challenge / race that he had us all do. Maybe I shouldn't have gone as ham as I did, because I'm starting to like really feel it now. My goodness gracious. It was a fun weekend though. It seemed like everybody had a lot of fun. During tubing, when he was on the tube, he somehow punched himself and like tore his brow was a thing. Like, he was apparently, when he was holding on, like lying down on that tube, his head must have slammed down and his knuckles like hit his top right brow, like right across the eyebrow, and cut it open. So he was bleeding like crazy. It looked bad. It looked like he got into a serious fight. And they went back home like yesterday. We got back home today. And earlier today, my dad and I were in the backyard, and we saw the neighbor in his backyard, so we came over to the fence and we were saying hi. And he's got a black eye now, like it's all purple from him literally punching himself. So we were joking around being like, oh, have you come up with a good story to tell at work for that happening? What story are you gonna tell that made that happen? Instead of just saying that you punched yourself. So he was saying that he was just gonna go with the truth, most likely. Just gonna go with the truth that he punched himself and whatnot. So yeah, that is like the worst tubing accident I think I've ever seen. us have with anybody that we had out there. So our neighbor got a complete black eye. So there was that, I guess. There was that. But it was generally a fun weekend. We played some badminton for a little while. Should we keep on doing grass for now? Like, it seems like if you like really want to go super far in this, you would probably want to do a want to use a level 100 Pokemon, most likely. Is what you would probably want to use. Channel by Camper Freddy. Are you ready for Freddy? But yeah, my doogie had a good time. She's still out there since my mom's still out there, so she's still with the doogie because the doogie loves it out there. The doogie wasn't that impressed that there's a spot right next to one of her favorite spots to lie down and relax that's now infested with wasps. And I think she got stung and she was like all like extra affectionate for the rest of that day and always wanting comforting, so I think a wasp stung her, so that was not so good. So we spent a lot of this weekend also trying to get the wasps out of there, because it's in a freaking railroad tie. We have the bits of lawn out there sectioned off by railroad ties, and there was this hole in a railroad tie that somehow got infested with wasps, and it's right next to like my doogie's favorite spot to lay, so it was big sad there. So we had to keep telling her to like lay somewhere else because you can't go there. We boarded it up, so maybe it'll help alleviate things with it. Okay, so you can go to like max rank 10 there, I guess. Let's do fighting for a while, I suppose. So yeah, there was that. I'm bored of collecting and hoarding. I'm getting rid of everything now. Sometimes when we're out of the lake there, the doogie will sleep next to me. She loves the big bed. Leroy! But this weekend, after how achy I got, I was constantly like readjusting to try to find the perfect position to just like stay in for like most of the night initially. And I guess my rustling around irked her and she was like, nope, I'm out of here. So she didn't spend any nights next to me this past weekend because she was tired of me trying to find the perfect position that I can just like die in, essentially, with how achy I was and still am. Whatnot. But yeah. So there was that whole situation. Through the match first start and whatnot, we were testing part of the Wi-Fi out there because we were testing the Wi-Fi out to the garage in that place because the garage is a bit separated from the cabin. It's its own separate building. I'm gonna do rock to get it up to 5 just because I'm gonna like the number 5 more than 4 there. Because we want to install some security cameras out there. Because very soon here, I was mentioning this during a previous stream. I don't know if it was a previous Pokemon Platinum stream, but recently my dad wound up getting an antique truck from his dad that is essentially being passed on and whatnot. So our plan is to keep it out there as a kind of weekend vehicle and whatnot. And to help keep it safe, we're gonna freaking see about a security camera situation. So we were doing some Wi-Fi testing as well in the garage there. Hopefully things will be good enough. We might have to boost things. Want to keep things nice and safe, but it sounds like there's talks that we might be taking it in like some parades for future events at like nearby communities out there. Like there's a nearby very small town that we go to sometimes for groceries that I believe has an annual parade, so maybe there would be some future years that we'd be taking it there. Maybe. So we'll see how that all goes. We'll see how the situation plays out. I didn't even read what the heck she said there. So that was this past weekend. Meanwhile, my desktop has been running non-stop since then. According to Task Manager, my desktop here has actually been on for 14 days. According to what I'm reading there, I very rarely shut this thing off. But I didn't even put it into sleep mode. I specifically left it on for this weekend because while I'm out of town, I will usually use my laptop to remote into my desktop and continue video editing. So lately we've been getting this freaking series underway, Creators Collide, that I started last year and then have been rebooting this year, where the idea of it is every session showcases a different content creator out there, whether they be a freaking YouTuber, Twitch streamer, game developer, or even Smash crew leader, for some sessions that we haven't done yet, but will in the near future, most likely. Where we play games with or against one another, all while having like a semi-interview kind of chat about their content, what they do, what inspired them, what their goals are for the future, all that kind of stuff. Like, it was a really cool series idea when I first came up with it last year, but plans kind of fell through. I did the first session with a streamer called Bravery Arcade, and then the second streamer that I went into it with, the recordings were kind of botched. They might have been maybe a wee bit corrupted, so that meant that we had to like redo our entire session over again, and we never got around to like properly reschedule. Well, I tried to, but we could never figure out something together. And then the whole third session could never figure out anything to do it in the first place. So plans kind of fell through and life got a little bit crazy and whatnot. But this year, I'm finally rebooting it. It's finally getting underway. At the time of streaming this on August 2nd, there's 3 new ones uploaded now. There was the one with Guzma first, then Tailwinds, and then X-Ray Blacksmith. And queued up throughout the rest of this month is going to be freaking Nuzlocke, Snivies, Uneven Pictures, and Seto Hakami, which I'm looking forward to publishing the videos on. And when it comes to those 4 sessions for the rest of this month, they can take a little while to edit. That was what I spent like most of my time on my laptop doing out of town for this weekend. So this past weekend here, are these numbers not adding up right in my head? If this is a, I don't even know. I don't even know. I guess because 10 is another one that you do as well. I don't know. I was just being like, wait, wouldn't I get these both to 5 and then I would and then this set of 10 would be done? No, I'd get them both to 6 and then the set would be done. I'm just going crazy. Anyway, so this weekend, I spent a lot of time on my laptop, remoting into my desktop, working on those four episodes. And all 4 of them are mostly wrapped up. So when it comes to Creators Collide stuff, I'm like pretty much set for weekly uploads on Wednesdays for like the entire month of August. So, you know, I was able to get some work in there. I needed to, usually I'd have my laptop up on a desk in my room out there and have like my arms out. Ow, this hurts to be holding my arms up like that. But this time I just basically had my laptop on my lap. I didn't even get to use like my mouse, which is another one of these kinds of things. Didn't even get to use my mouse. I just used my trackpad is what I did. Just to be like there on my lap where I have to do like the littlest amount of motion, you know? So that was how I handled that. But I got it done. I probably still have one of those projects open right now. Yeah, I do have one of those projects open right now. You can just barely see. Also, I have Camtasia 2019. I also own the 2021 version, but I found the 2021 version kind of lags my computer a little bit extra. My computer should be not half bad anyway. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know. Maybe I should start using the 2021 version instead of the 2019 version here more often since I have it anyway. Light screen, huh? My goodness. So, yeah, I got a lot of editing done out of town. And, yeah. Got a lot of physical stuff done. Got a whole lot of mental stuff done, you could say. My goodness. My goodness. My motion is very limited today. So something like Pokemon Platinum is quite fitting. Something like Pokemon Platinum where it's not gonna take a whole lot of motion and thought, and I can just like breeze and chat and chill like this. It's a good day for this. This is what this worked out as. Yeah, we'll do this just for even numbers. Those will both be at 6, I guess, just for the sake of it. I'm feeling cranky today. You were feeling cranky before. You were already feeling kind of cranky. So yeah, this absolutely does seem like the kind of thing that would be best to go in with like, you know, a dedicated Pokemon. At like level 100, that's all like IV bred, EV trained or something like that, which were things that weren't really that fleshed out back in the Gen 4 days. I wonder what the world record for this building is anyway. Like the most wins. I wonder if there's leaderboards for that somewhere, because now I'm curious. I am a little bit curious about it now, quite frankly. But yeah, we are gradually running out of things to do in Platinum bit by bit. BP, 1 BP. It's still literally just 1. You have to spend so much time here to build up BPGs. You thought it would have been like 2 now, and then maybe 3, and then 4, then 5, or something like that. My goodness. Hope to see you again. Yeah, I'll go in again. I'll go in again. Yeah. Also, the pants that I was wearing before, and like the clothes that I was wearing before, were things that were, it's like, they fit, but they're tight-ish. So I literally, you can't really tell because it just looks like a black shirt anyway, but when I got home, like one of the first things I did was I freaking switched to pajamas just on the spot because of my achiness. Just so that my limited motion can be a little bit easier feeling, you know? So that's this. So I'm wearing pajamas right now. Is the case. So there's that. There's that whole thing. I might do one more of these and then I might freaking call it there. Like, I think we've basically got the idea of this by now. Like, I could go until I lose, but you know, we have type advantages against a few things here and we could be going for a while. I'm receiving a text of some sort here. It seems like. Ah, battle, is that it? Sure thing, sure thing. Sure. But yeah, so that's basically what happened this whole weekend. Oh yeah, rock the long hair. Guitar's Malcolm. I have a guitar. It's right there. I don't play it a whole lot. I pick up my camera and move it over there and show it there, but I'm achy. I've shown my acoustic guitar on camera before. So if we don't this time, it's fine. It's fine if we don't do it this time. Use Seed Bomb. What a freaking weird move for Primate to use. Do you want some peeled chestnuts by chance? Is that what you're seeking? I guess that'd be more so Mankey, but I'm debating about even having this chair go back a little bit just to yeah, maybe something like that, just one notch back and just chill, you know, maybe even lean back. I probably won't lean back, but next for your time. Look, he's even polite and stuff. Isn't that nice? But yeah, so there's my stories essentially. In some other news, as I was mentioning last stream, freaking Fragapalooza is coming up very soon. By the time this is uploaded on YouTube, Fragapalooza will have already happened. So it's funny, I'm talking about something that's gonna happen in the future, but by the time anybody sees this on YouTube, this will be something that already happened in the past with the whole daily upload schedule and whatnot. Cowgirl Doris. So hopefully it went well. I can't know right now. Right now, there's only 2 people that are registered in it. And it was something similar last year before it started, the tournament, where there was only a few people registered, but then a lot of people registered like the day before. Last year, there was like 286 or something like that total people that registered. And most of them were at either the last minute or like the day before or something like that. So right now, the only 2 people that are registered are like one of my old mods, Hunt, and Sate Jam, one of the leaders of the Smash crew that I help out with VGLS. As funny as it would be to have like a freaking $300 tournament just between the 2 of them, as hilarious as that'd be. I assume there's gonna be a lot more people registering, but we'll see. Maybe there won't be a lot of people that register last minute, and maybe there'll just be like a small handful of people over a freaking $300 prize pool, which you would not expect there to just be a small handful of people for a small prize pool like that. I was talking with some of the Frag staff earlier today, and they were asking like if it's good for them to like properly announce a Smash tournament, since I've mostly finalized all the stuff on Smash GG, getting the whole thingamabob set up, and I gave them confirmation like, yep, you can do that. So maybe later today it'll be officially announced, and then maybe we can expect a whole bunch of people to be registering. We'll see. I have a feeling that this tournament that I'm going to be hosting in 3 days time from the time of streaming this, several days ago by the time this is uploaded, can go and crash. There it is. It'll either be like a super massive turnout or a super small turnout. No in between. That's what I feel like. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Oh man, I feel achy. I feel out of sorts. I hurt. I'm glad to be back and like chilling and stuff. I hurt. Mistakes were made this weekend physically. Zartra will be fully restored. Great. Man, that crowd looks like hella chatty. They seem like they're not paying attention to things going on here like at all. Does not at all seem like they're paying attention over here. Whether it be work or play, I'm with my Pokemon all day. I am with them all day. That's the way I am with my doggy when she's not out of town like she is right now. I'd be working in here, maybe doggy would be hanging out with me. I'd be streaming, and we'd have the doggy cam on back there on the couch, and she'd be relaxing there. Not this time around. Freaking Hitmonchan just looks like he's so delirious. Or so drugged up or something. I don't know. That is what Hitmonchan seems like. But yeah, if it's a super small turnout, then I'll freaking register in the tournament myself as well and see what happens. But But if it's not a super small turnout, then like purely commentary, because it's already crazy enough commentating a tournament. Never mind playing in it. I'll only freaking play in it if it's a hella small turnout and we actually desperately need to get some turnout in there, I guess. Because my oh my. I'm a little bit worried that'll happen, but who knows? Again, by the time this is uploaded on YouTube, the tournament will have already happened. So who knows? Maybe you can find it, a good old Fragapalooza 2021 Smash, and maybe it will have been like a super massive turnout like it was last year, even though most of the, well, not most, but a lot of the people that registered last year wound up DQing from not showing up because apparently there was some other big tournament happening that same day. I'll probably talk about this all last session, but whatever. But whatever. I mean, I need things to ramble about here, because what the hell am I going to talk about that's happening in the game here otherwise? We're flying, we're going to smack her with that Hitmon top, you'll miss your air release. And yeah, that's most of the stuff that I can really talk about right now. Those are my stories. And I've kind of used up all my stories now in the first facility of the battle tower. So if we do some more of this session, what the hell am I going to talk about now? Maybe I should have paced my stories a little bit. That's maybe what I should have done. Gosh darn it. Maybe I should have done some story pacing. Something very different from the usual definition of story pacing. Battle number 6. What do we want to do, huh? How about we do bug? How about we do some bug stuff, I guess? Be like that one freaking dudo from Skyward Sword that's just hella into bugs. No more stories? I can tell other stories that have nothing to do with this past weekend. Is what I could do. I'm sure there's many stories that I've told before on this channel that I might be repeating myself if I mention them, but might be fun anyway. Nah, it could be fun regardless. Like, I know that I might have told this during my Pokemon Platinum playthrough already, but there were some interesting things that happened in make up a fanfiction of Pokemon on this spot. Make up a freaking version of Sword and Shield that has a more cohesive plot is what we could do. Man, Sword and Shield's plot had like so much potential and it was on track to be like really neat, but it just felt like it wasn't really explained. And it kind of missed its mark slightly. But it could have been such a good plot if it was handled a little bit different. That's what we could write a fan fiction of. A slightly different version of Sword and Shield's plot. No, I don't know. Here's some unrelated stories just for the fun of it. Actually, maybe I should tell these Germany stories during some other facility. We'll wrap up the I'll do like this set here, and then I'll tell Germany stories. Is what I'll do, sure. And we'll go on to like the next thing, Bob. Because I could just keep on doing this until we fail, but like, I don't want to be here for 3,000 years at the same time, you know? Like, we've already been here for a while. I feel like I've been rambling for a good while. Like, I don't know exactly how long this part's gonna be, because looking over at OBS, I've already been streaming for 2.5 hours, because we did Dead by Daylight before this. We were doing some freaking DBD and chill. So, if we had started out this stream with Pokemon Platinum, I'd be able to look over at how long I've been streaming and know roughly how long this part is. But because I don't remember how long exactly Dead by Daylight was, of that 2.5 hours, it was like 2 hours something. I'm not sure exactly how much. I can't be sure exactly how long this has been going on, this bit here, but it feels like I've been rambling for a while. Legend has it he's still rambling out there to this day. Is what legend has it. Battle number 8 is next. Are you ready? Choose the type of Pokemon you will battle. Oh, there is one more thing that is like a new development that I could mention. Earlier in our main series Pokemon Platinum playthrough, it was just before we started going to Snowpoint that I received a very interesting and unexpected DM that wound up being fan art of a custom Dawn that was made to look more like my avatar slash just me with my hair and whatnot. And that was something that we wound up throwing onto a thumbnail as well. That's on the thumbnail approaching Snowpoint, the first one where we started going down the snowy route and whatnot. And once again, big thanks to Izzy for that. Shoutouts there. My arm, sorry, I adjust here and I'm like, ow, inside. And from starting up Pokemon Platinum again recently, I wound up receiving another interesting thing here if I open it up. And I maybe drag it onto the other screen here. A chibi Dawn looking like my avatar is what I received this weekend, and with my scarf just with the texture of my lurking Zorua there. So I received that this weekend. I was like, whoa, that's so cool, you know? Like, I feel like. So once again, big thanks to Izzy for that. If you're watching this, big thanks there. My good gracious. I might wind up asking if that's something that I can slap on for some of my Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl thumbnails, potentially. Is what I may wind up asking about. Because I think it's hella cute. Been playing this game for 39 minutes. Ah, there's the answer. Well, we're gonna have another 40-minute part here, I guess. That's what it seems like. Sometimes these things happen. You know, I wanted to divide my Platinum series up into, like, shorter parts than that. I wanted to... Oh, sweet. This worked out perfectly. I wanted my Platinum series to be like maybe something like 20-minute episodes, something like that, because that's a nice watch session kind of thing. You got the double protect! But then it kind of wound up not working out that way, because I'll look at a 40 minutes like episode that I've cut up and be like, okay, is there a way that I can split this in the middle for like 2 20-minute sessions? And there usually isn't, just because I'm having like the same conversation start to end throughout those whole 40 minutes. So it makes more sense like cohesively to do that. Or that entire 40 minutes is going down like one route. Like when I cut up the first session back to this game, where we were getting our bearings and like going to Pal Park and seeing things. The first 40 minutes was just trekking to Pal Park. So if I cut it up into like 2 20-minute sessions somewhere in the middle, it would have been like right after a trainer battle or something like that, and right in the middle of our conversation about it kind of thing, so it wouldn't have made sense. So yeah, maybe we'll slap that Chibi Dawn onto some thumbnails later this year with that playthrough and whatnot. And when it comes to cutting things up into parts, my goodness, I wanted to cut this up into shorter parts, and it's not always possible. Like, this is gonna be a 40-minute part. I could split it up into 2 20 minutes, like right in the middle. But then it'd just be mid-ramble and whatnot, you know? So it makes more sense cohesively to do it this way, I guess. So this is what we're doing. Anyway, so yeah, I received that this weekend, and it was when I was like really sore as well, I think. And I was like, oh, let's check my wait, was it even when we headed out this weekend? It might have actually been like right before the weekend. I might be having fake memories and messing things up. That was a freaky 31st, so it was actually... Okay, so it was like, okay, so I wasn't sore at the time. I'm freaking losing my mind. These are fake memories that I have. What the hell? My mind is lying to me. But anyway, regardless, I freaking received that, and it just put like a freaking big stupid grin on my face. No, don't save it as a battle video. Because I feel like the most like flooring thing that has ever happened to me with like content creation in general is freaking the few times that I'll receive fan art. Like, there's just something about it where it's like, it already floors me that anybody would take time out of their day to watch some boosted nerd here playing video games and just being bad at everything I try to do. So it just like extra floors me that somebody would enjoy it enough and be like, hey, let's make something about that. To today's shopper is Harm, who bought the item Pokeball. The quantity purchased 10. Harm sure knows how to shop. It's just wonderful. Watch right there. See how the shopper's fingers dance. Knows how quickly Harm picks individual packs of Pokeball. Yeah, these TV stars sure know things about stuff. I was gonna have that joke go a very different way, and I changed my mind. Anyway, so it already floors me that anybody would spend time watching this boosted nerd playing video games. So the fact that some people want to go the extra mile is what extra floors me. So that is the your memory's the same way. That's understandable. I do have the chat on here. Yeah, I do. I'm losing my mind. I'm actually going crazy and delirious. I was like, is the chat not on the layout here? But it is. So yeah, that was a thing that happened in terms of new developments. I could potentially slap it onto thumbnails for like this series here. I feel like it might be better saved for like Buggy Diamond and Shitty Pearl later this year. I mean Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, sorry. A little slip of the tongue there. But so we'll see how that happens. And I'm probably gonna shut up now because knowing how I cut things up into parts, I'm probably going to have this be the part where the episode ends, where I exit here and the next one starts probably. So yeah,